big exercise for you. It's a passive kind of exercise, like a Pilates or something, where you keep your core in order, but you don't have to move physically aggressively. You accompany. And you accompany, and you want your horse to come off the leg with a little ping, and if it doesn't come off your leg, you pop it with a stick and say, yo, my leg just bit you. Nice one. There. Don't we back well when you don't aggravate him? Good boy. So clucking and kicking to go backwards is alien. Everybody does it. But it's alien because you want cluck and quick kick to always mean go. And if you cluck and kick and say go backwards, he's like, all right, lady, you just broke the creed.
Well, and I wrote it in my notes yesterday.
Good. And I like it when they dig their spurs in and cluck and kick and think it wants to go backwards. The other thing you can do to go backwards is put your leg back. Lighten the seat. You lighten the seat to give him a place to go outwards, and you ask him to come back by coming away from your rein. But you can't have, we were working yesterday on not making a locking situation. And you didn't make any lock with him that time, and he backed fine. But if you cluck and kick, which means go, and we want it to mean go till the end of time, then you say go backwards, he's like, yeah, well, screw you. Because they're so literal. They totally understand. What they don't buy is when you change the rules. They're very literal, but they don't want to have to do, they're like men, they don't do innuendos very well. You don't suggest you want something done, you say it. And with them, you say what you want. Good boy, very nice. That was just sit and stop, right? And he heard you. And he didn't change his body carriage, he just stopped. Good. I have no idea how slippery it is. The widgets manage not to fall down, but one of them's barefoot. And the other one doesn't travel with enough velocity to matter. Although we did that last line at the canter really well.
I was going to say, I'm not sure I've ever seen him used that way.
No, he hasn't been used that way, but he could do it. And he would do it, and he would stay young and happy if he was worked like that. But it also was apparently a long, hard day for him. They only did 45 minutes. But that's the kind of work I expect of him. You can't bore kids and horses to death because it doesn't work. And the horses get tired and ugly, and the kids get raunchy. This is very pleasant. Very pleasant. Just kind of take inventory. Are you equally in both feet? Are you equally over both knees? There you go. It's better. I can see how the horse goes. I watch the horse from the shoulder and the stifles down most of the time, and I see his stride get crooked when you're sitting crooked. But I'm also paid to look. At least you believe it and fix it. Some people tell me I'm wrong. And one person told me she was riding way over to the right because that felt good to her. I said, well, why don't you look in the mirror next time? She goes, holy crap, why am I not falling off? I said, I don't know. But your horse, and the horse meanwhile is traveling like a crab because he's trying to stay underneath her. She said, he's so bad he goes right all the time. I said, how much do you weigh? I said, 147. And so I said, so his 147-pound backpack is sitting way out to the right. I wonder why it goes to the right. She's like, would that be the reason? Yeah. Boat's got his ballast in the wrong place. Anyway, this is also a good way to start. Trot, stop, trot, stop, trot. Just build some trot, let it go. Build some trot, let it go. Don't dig with the heel all the time. They don't nag any better than our husbands do. They're actually more responsive.
I'll drink to that.
If you ask right. Wilson ever wrote to us and said, don't forget, I'm not your horse. You can't pester me. I said, I've been trying for a long time. Sometimes it works. If I aggravate you enough, you function. That's what my brother said. He says, marriage is selecting the lucky soul you're going to bug the shit out of for the rest of their lives. His wife says, that's me. He loves wife beating. So make sure you got a little outside rein. I don't mind the long rein at all, but the left rein was a long rein and the right rein had a great big loop in it. So I love the hunter long rein. I love the long rein for all horses. I love a western horse on a long rein. But I don't want two different lengths of rein. And certainly not the outside rein way loopy, because then there's no balance in case you skid. That's a good boy. Move the armpit away with your right leg. There. The chest comes around, turns into a right bending horse. You hardly had to do anything. You can stick your right leg right up in the elbow and they go, I heard you. or you can kick all day in the ribs and get nowhere.
That's what I got from my lesson last time. Do you
Yeah.
remember? Yeah.
Bring your hand up, your leg up, and they go, oh yeah, I gotcha. Because they're very sensitive. You know, when we judge distance horses, trail horses, competitive trail horses and endurance horses, you can touch their girth there, and there's nothing wrong with it, but they'll still say, ooh, ooh, I felt you. It's a very sensitive area. That's nice.
How do you do that driving?
We do it driving a lot.
With the stick?
I did 25 miles last Saturday.
Well, I mean, how do you get them to turn in?
I do it with my whip.
Uh-huh.
And mine are taught to, I take the outside rein and jiggle the inside rein. They do that. So keep the right rein the same as the left. Doesn't have to be tight. It just connected. And you can have a connection through a very long rein, but you do need to be able to feel it. Yeah, that's very nice. And he came around and he did all the bending, didn't he? Super, super. And he's moving his hind legs like a big cat today. They're loose, loose, loose. Very free and very comfy. Trisha's not going to get to see him, I guess? Yeah. Morning. Yeah, oh, I got to call Mary this morning. I didn't get her early. That's it. When you get the back, go 6 steps or so. Because what happens is, in showing we use 4 steps. And even mine will tell me, well, I did my 4 steps. It's like, yeah, I didn't ask for 4. I should have backed until I said stop. Okay. He's nicely worn up. He's got stop, he's got turn, he's got bend, he's got back, he's got forward, he's got hocks and stifles, and he's content to do whatever you ask.
And that's?
About 15 minutes.
Yeah, about 15 minutes.
Yep. But every moment of it has been targeted.
That's what I have to
You're not out here flopping around, making your shopping list or whatever else you might be doing, without being intense and without aggravating him. You just ask a question, ask a question, ask a question, ask a question. And he's like, yep, yep, yep. He's checking the boxes. Don't chase him with your butt. If you don't like the walk, make it go forward. It looks like fine to me. But if you dig and dig and dig with your butt, I can't believe his back doesn't get sore. Yep, yep. And if you think about where your butt sits on a horse, it's a really crummy suspension bridge. And you got your lats up there, and then your ribs and his guts, and there's nothing holding you up. Yet, if you don't like it, ask one-legged. Don't hump. Ask one-legged if he doesn't go hit him. And my horses, trot's a one-syllable word. Before I have the whole word out, they're gone. And not because I hit them, it's just because years ago I poked them with a stick and said, better go, and I say trot. I say trot, and they hump their backs and they start trotting. And it's just a matter of how you tune them and what you expect from them. And certainly I can't sit up there and kick on a driving horse. I was watching the younger one on the drive last weekend, and I'd say trot, and before I had the tee out, he's already trotting. And it starts by humping the back and moving a hind leg. This is a great stretch, huh? Great stretch. He doesn't know he worked yesterday. And you rode him Tuesday. So I think he's fitter and more healed than we think. And it's not like you're going to do anything that's too hard for him. But he's really into stretch this morning. Not because he hurts, but because it feels good. And you're not bothering him.
I really worked.
Don't kick him. They're good.
Trish has a regime, that is ever changing as to the spots she wants me to work before I put a saddle on.
Mm-hmm.
And I took the time to do that.
Like with the Reiki, it just amazes me the places she can address, and then I go out and drive. And there's all this ripply, wonderful motion in a place in his back that doesn't normally move. So I know they can do it. It's, people don't believe in half this garbage. It's like my brother, the eternal Western medicine man. He says, I learned in college that chiropractic is bullshit. Man, it works. And then he says, and they also taught us that magnets are no good. And boy, they help. He said, probiotics are trash, but what a wonderful thing to have. So he believes all the Eastern stuff, even though he's a Western man. Yep. And he says, as for myself, I'll use any modality I want. I figure all those Chinamen can't be wrong. And we see the results with our horses.
Which is why Wilson takes Rudogrove.
Exactly. Wilson takes Rudogrove and Arnica. Because at 67, he's got a few body parts that are about done in. Yeah, that's all I do. I cluck and I see a big step. And it gets bigger. He does hear me. They all do. Every once in a while I do that. And somebody else has a headset on that I didn't realize they had. And suddenly they go scooting off. What happened? And I heard this at the Bromont. Big chestnut horse went scooting off. He said, what happened? And his trainer said, I think Robin clucked. Which was exactly what happened. Kind of a dorky 17-year-old in his own vapors. And he's going, oh, no, it's going kind of well. He's pulling on a little bit. And he shot forward when I clucked. And Barbara said, I think Robin clucked at him. I wasn't clucking him. I was clucking at somebody else. But. All right, so let's go trotting with a purpose. So remember, the transition doesn't take all day. I think somewhere they taught us to prepare, but preparation is quick, like Eitan, the great cowboy dressage guy, the guy who was trained in the Israeli dressage school. He says, you don't need to recite the Gettysburg Address as your introduction. Push the button and go.
You know, he was here. He was in the area.
Oh, he's more damn fun.
And one of my friends went.
I bet you was wowed. He just, and he's so much, and he rides the hottest damn things. He's so much a part of the horse that they said, I send a whisper thought to my outside leg and I'm countering before I think it had time to get there. Because if you're riding it correctly, if it's trained correctly, they need a 20-minute induction to canter. You saw yesterday, sit tall, swing your leg, it canters. And the same thing for trot.
Yep.
I say trot and I go, well, I wonder what the heck they're getting ready for. That's a good boy. Is he coming through your right leg? I think he is. So tell him not to. Oh, here comes bad and worse again. Oh, they got bad, worse, and worse yet. Morning, Penny.
Good morning. No,
Penny needs to get a helmet, but I guess they're too small for her still.
no, we're not gonna jump. Too bad.
The boys are all done breathing.
No.
Going somewhere, man?
No, don't work on it.
Light the seat, light the seat. Remember your pants touch down, but your bottom doesn't.
You're fine. I've got a lens.
Better. And didn't the trot change? Yes. So only your pants touch down, not your butt. Which means that the stretch down through the leg is critical. If you stretch down through your leg, and I don't care if you're riding Western, hunt seat, dressage, or monkey back, you need a stretch through your leg to keep your seat light. And you also need a stretch through your leg to keep you balanced. Those two monkeys that were just jumping got down their legs, and they did really well. Molly nearly lost it a couple times because she forgot to put her leg down. Good. Good. So now make the trot a little more. Yeah, that's it. Remember, you can alternate the legs, right with right leg, left with left leg. Right, left. There it goes. Bigger, huh? So you just alternate the legs a little tap, 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 and you get more trot. So again, more trot. Don't cluck. Better. Good. You cluck as I cluck. As a last resort, one, move up the hill. Move up. Thank you. Good. You shouldn't have to work harder. Good boy. Back off a little bit. There you go. Very nice. Your cluck should be your last resort. And I usually back my cluck up with a stick so they know when Mama clucks it ain't going to get better. Shorten a little. Slow your posting. Slow, make it littler. Make your posting littler. And he slows down, eh? Now send him out. Trot up. Tap, tap the leg. Get off. You got a left rein on and a right rein off. Good boy. And back off. That means I should see him go bing, bing. 2 steps and you're slower. Good lad. Take a right. Take a right. That's your other right.
That's right.
Your other right.
Thank you.
Put your right leg on. Good. So you were really, really straight. I thought, well, she's balanced enough for either turn.
Yeah.
But you forgot which right it was. Good boy. You're sitting right. Good. Lengthen. Tap, tap. Don't jump up and down. There. Come back. Come back. Come back. Ah. And the hind legs worked, eh? He sat so much he almost skidded. But then he got smart and did it in shorter steps. Trot up. Don't cluck. Trot up.
Did I cluck, Robin?
You didn't, but you were about to. You're still pulling on the left rein. That was half of the problem. You didn't have it straight. Good. So you need, because of the whip, your right hand's a little bit retarded. And so it needs to feel that there's nobody home on the end of the ring because there's a loop in it. Good boy. Now trot up. Close your calves. Trot up. Yeah. Nice, huh? totally came off your leg. And that's what we want. But you didn't jump up. He pushed you up. And he shot out ahead of you. And you didn't use one leg more than the other, so you didn't get a canter. Good boy. Very nice. Now bring it slow. Just slow your poke. Yeah, good boy. And he dances. Good man. Now don't change. Don't change. Don't change. Good. Don't change. Good. You notice he's not stiff in the jaw today. He's lovely. Now make a left. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. Good. Good. Very good. He's soft as could be. Let him walk a sec. Just sit gently and walk. Plop. Now. Good. Don't need to clock. He's going. You don't have to panic that he's not going. Give him a minute to think about it, and then ask with your leg. If he doesn't go, pop him with the stick. Basically, there's a series of gradients that you ask for go with. You close a leg, he doesn't go, you poke him. You don't get stronger, because the stronger you get, the more override he gets, the more he goes, yeah, she's a bore. We want to keep him going, okay. Not scared, but just on. So he says, okay. Yep, exactly. And, he's thoroughbred, so his ability to tune is superior, but because he's an easy dude, his ability to tune out's pretty good, too.
Well, he's had 10 years with me.
He's had a lot of practice. He's had 10 years with you. That's pretty nice. One of the better toys you've owned.
Oh, yeah.
You get him right and you push him. Shoo, up the hill he goes. He's not an old horse by any means. I see his feet are really comfortable now. If he swings his leg up, go blop, he puts the foot down. He doesn't act like, I don't know if I want to do that. So that's sort of the next stage of getting more done. He was warmed up, he was supple, he was eager, blah, blah, blah. So then we open and close and open and close and up the hill. And I throw you turns you didn't expect. And you need to keep your quickness tuned that way, because if you don't keep tuning your quickness, it goes away. And with a horse, you always have to be quick, because you need to ask or correct anything they come up with. And we know how quick they are. Don't chase them with your butt. There you go. Good boy. Using your butt to make him go. Somebody like Vallegro, when Charlotte says she uses her seat, I once saw a video of various people sitting on an electric saddle pad, and it came across like a thermograph with colored areas, and like you would have a heavy red spot under your right side, and they used everybody. They used a reiner, they used a jumper, they used a dressage rider, da-da-da-da-da-da, and their colors were flashing here and there. Then they got a guy from the Spanish riding school. You'd see a red flick, and a red flick, and a red flick, and a red flick. It was all over the saddle, and only a flick, because he was sending an aid and letting go. The other one that could do that was the reiner. He didn't make any big red spots that stayed. He went bip, 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 because his aid of the seat and his motion was always changing. But then we had a lot of people who went. So the idea is to send a message, drop it. Send a message, good boy. Well, that's good. Just tweak, ask. Always. And notice he didn't drop his head. He rounded the neck. But he didn't drop his head and shove back. He just softened his neck and stepped back. That's correct. If they roll their neck down, then they're trying to push their body back instead of stepping back. And, whether it's Pirelli or me, it's all about moving the feet. Because if you move the feet, probably the rest of the horse will come along. I have not seen too many times when they didn't. I've had a couple of babies that moved their feet back beautifully and fell on their faces. Because they started to back and they got tired and they dropped their heads, and then their knees buckled. Like, all right, get up. Let's try that one again.
Remember, it's all connected.
It is all connected, and when they're young, like this one Wilson has at 6, coming 3, it's fascinating because she's had to learn so much. She's only been broke 3 months. And he's getting ready to event. We'll do a combined drive with her. Every once in a while she goes, oh man, I didn't have the wiring for that effort. She's pretty smart. She's learning. Okay, let's put him back together at walk. So that means you pick it up and you put it at working walk. And when it's at working walk, which it isn't yet because it's still got its head in the dirt, when it's at working walk, the definition is that it could canter, halt, back, or jump. Then canter. Canter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Canter. Yeah, really good. He was ready.
Yeah. What were you saying about vapors?
Yeah. He looked right up at me and said, I'm clicked. Good. Now, soft your seat. Soft your seat. Wow. We'll take that canter, huh? Yeah, yeah. Soft your seat. And a little bit, don't so much that you stop him, a little bit, tweak here, tweak there, block his face. Yeah.
So he comes a little more.
So he comes a little rounder.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look, there you go, feel him talk? He gave twice. He said, I hear. Down the hill a little bit, make him wait. Good. But not that much. So your seat has to keep the jump. Go ahead, canter. Sit. Thank you. Sit. I rode with a Dutchman years ago. He would say, yeah, you must sit in your saddle. Okay, I got you, boy. Good job. Now shorten a little bit. Keep your inside leg, not all the time, but reminding the jump. There you go. Good, trot. Now, take a right, canter. Canter. Sit. Yeah, you got him. He's so balanced right now, you could do anything with him. And he's totally on you. He's got one ear on me, but he's got one on you. Sit. Very good. Don't quit, though. You got to sit with your butt, go with your brain. They can't be on the same trip. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. And be careful that your left rein's not tighter. It tends to be. And trot. Sit, canter left. Now. Very good. Very good. And this is totally random for him. He's totally reliant on you. You can probably hear me say it, but good boy.
Yeah, but if he knows left, right, I'm giving up.
Well, he probably does. They tend to. Well, that's one I don't know how they know. Koopmans are friends of mine. They combine drive. And every hazard they're yelling, left, right, left, down. You can say anything you want to an animal, but it's the rhythm and the lilt that they get. Left and right are the same word. One syllable with a T. But his horses know. Very good. Very good. And no defugly, right? You just do it. And he can lope around like this probably most of the afternoon. Good boy. Yeah, I probably wouldn't go left there and pick up canter downhill. Sit tall.
You would have?
I know, I probably wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
If I had studs on, I would have. But I'm trying not to kill anybody in the wet grass. Right? Sit still. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Remember, you don't need to do anything with your body except sit and bring your tummy into your rib cage for canter. Jump up and down, hump, doesn't do any good. You know, and you happen to be blessed with a lovely canter with this animal. I had this horse's cousin, I think. His name was Good Time, and he was a dream. Good boy, give him a walk for a minute. Very nice. And you notice it was a forward halt?
Yeah.
He walked up to it, and he stopped. Very good boy. So that's the kind of sharp I expect in the canter work. Ping, 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 ping. That's where you get good results. And it makes him alive and happy without getting frantic.
Yes.
That's why Dingleberry there, Emmett was so good today. We did a lot of make the horse alive and happy and don't bore him to death. And make the kid get her fat butt off his back. He was like, yeah, man. You saw that last inning? It was ping, ping. I like to have them happy. Like Pirelli talks about playing with your horse. This is my level of playing with your horse. It's play for him. It's schooling, but it's not, because we're not drilling and we're not boring. We say, oh, how nice can you do this? And he goes, yep, I got it. And they love the challenge. They love having their minds alert and working. He says, I just couldn't help it. I had to jig downhill. But that's legal. As A10 says, when they offer you something, tell them thanks, I meant that. Have you ever seen him?
Yes, I did
Oh my
last
God,
year. He's
I
amazing.
adore the man.
He didn't bring his horses, but he's an excellent teacher.
Oh, he didn't bring his own horses?
No,
Oh
it was
my God,
too far, he said,
he's
and
so
he's
much
getting
fun.
old.
He's so much fun to watch.
I've seen him on
And
tape.
He
yeah.
sits so beautifully.
Yeah.
He's so fluid and elastic with the horses.
His
And
horse-
they go like they love him. And he speaks so much sense. He was the one that said, you know, for the horse, there's no wrong or right lead. You watch them play, they don't bother to change their lead unless they feel like it. Good boy. Very nice. Very nice. He had to shuffle his feet, didn't he?
Yeah.
But he did it.
Yes.
And there was no complaining. He never got stiff. He's not doing any of his stiffening the jaw stuff today, because he got nothing to stiffen about. You're not giving him a body that's worth fighting with. Good boy. Careful with the left rein. There we go. It just wants to take. Even with the, yeah. Yeah, sit back. You lean forward when you want to go. He says, that makes me stop. Remember when you lean forward, your butt comes up. He goes, she sent me out the back. Good boy. So when we want more, we sit taller. Bring the tummy up into the rib cage, and they go. And they get ahead of your leg, which is the term I love. Good boy. Very nice. Don't lean. A lot of body control for you to do this. Because one of the things, my job is, when I teach people to ride, is to get rid of every instinct you have, because every instinct we have on a horse is wrong, and then show you the right ones. Good lad. Good lad. Shortened really well, didn't he? Super duper duper. And he shortened the body, and then he shortened the neck, but not too much. He's also cantering right up the fences and not making a mess of it, which is wonderful. Come on. Then when you lose him a touchdown hill because he runs out of jump, but he just has to be told to go back to jumping. Good boy. The happy horse.
So they have to be quick to things like that.
That was a recreational spook.
Yep.
But you notice it didn't take very long. And where you were sitting, you weren't going to get pitched.
Nope.
Turn his head right. Oh, he said I couldn't see it. I'd look the other way. So if you smell something like that coming, Dr. Van Schaik would say, yeah, we have the bend for dressage, but I think of it as survival. Bend him so he can't sit. Be careful with your body. Keep it sitting loose. Loosen the hip, loosen the thigh, loosen the knee, loosen the cheeks. There you go. He didn't quit, did he?
No.
A lot of people think if they're not driving, it'll quit. Nah, it's probably happy to keep cantering because it loves to canter. It was born to canter. God made this horse to canter. Good. Your left rein was turning, but your aid was a little quick. You saw the fence that time. You needed to hold a moment longer with the turning aid. Okay, good. I was going to ask for that. Keep your right leg back. Your driving aid stays. Good. Yeah. Keep your right leg back because it's a left lead. Good. He doesn't see any problem with this exercise. Keep your right leg back. Right leg back.
Telling me that he doesn't know the difference. So.
He doesn't know the difference. He doesn't know the difference. He's perfectly happy to counter canter because he's balanced. And he has those beautiful hocks that go pop, pop, pop. Like people think that a 16-year-old's an old horse. No. This 16-year-old's just getting started. Good boy. My 23-year-old's happy to counter canter. Good boy. I need a little seat and leg first.
Yeah.
You got away with it. But I saw his hind legs go, ooh. Good boy. Oh, he canters beautifully.
Yeah.
And not even a balance change. And he didn't get that look where they go, oh man, this is hard. Because he doesn't know or care. He's perfectly happy to do both. And I don't think, I mean, he's warm, but I don't think all this canter is hard work for him.
I am so thrilled. I'm over the moon.
He doesn't think it's hard work.
No.
And he's not making it hard work for himself because he's so relaxed and so supple and so not against the bit that nothing's jamming anywhere.
Well, you're keeping me from interfering.
Yeah, I keep you from getting stiff and grabbing at him.
So.
I mean, you see this horse in his plastic D-ring and you think, how bad can he be? Yeah, he goes in a gum bit, except it's not soft, but it's just plastic.
Well, that's because Mom got tired of buying more rubber bits every 6 months.
Yeah, because he ate them.
Yeah, he's eating this one, but we're letting it go.
It takes a while. That's like with the damn Morgans. They chew on everything. Is Fish here? Yeah. Yeah, good.
Sorry.
Good.
Hi, Jack.
And she got Jack with her. That's even better.
What do you have? Oh, is it a train or a truck?
It's a bus, Miss Diane.
It's
The
a
bus.
Hi.
Jack brought the bus.
How's it going?
He's awesome.
Oh, he's perfect today.
Robin gives him her kiss of approval.
He's perfect today. But she's pretty good today, too. Mm-hmm. It really helps when she's good.
He is really good today.
Yeah, he's lovely. See how loose he is?
Dan?
He came out here like that. Show me where to put it, because it's all available.
He's had a rough summer. But he's coming along really
Yeah, I
well.
got here in time for her and not for Molly and those guys.
I could
They
still put a
walk
little more
waffles, so.
flesh and muscle on him and back, but he's got such wonderful facility with it right now.
He is a hard keeper.
He's a very hard keeper.
But my experience is with thoroughbreds, many of them are. They don't.
And you can't just keep pouring the grain at them. They have to have all the hay they'll eat. I love the Triple Crown 30% protein ration balance.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
How about for the metabolic?
It doesn't seem to bother the metabolics.
Okay.
We've used it and used it and used it and tested the blood, and we're not finding any problem with
Okay.
it. We even use it on the EPSMs because we don't feed them anything else. Found a new trick for the EPSMs. Platinum Performance has it. It's called chromium yeast. They love it. And like, I teach a big German horse who's 17 and he's been laminitic and 5,000 pounds of weight all his life. He's a new man. His feet are beautiful. He's elastic. He's rubbery. He has stamina. And he was already getting pergolide and didn't do a thing. Oh, don't want your bonnet, sir?
It's just a hair too big. We forgot his hat.
He doesn't get any less cute.
No.
He's just as cute as ever. Are you rested, Diane? All right, let's go back to work. So, just pick him up and tell him to wait because you don't know if I'm going to ask you to canter, haul back, or jump. So he doesn't need to be prepared for anything in particular. Sit loose. That's the time you can make heavy butt. If he's jogging, make heavy butt your punishment. Oop. You made driving seat, you didn't make heavy butt.
How old is he?
Heavy butt is passive. You sat and then you drove. And he said, well, you told me to go. So make heavy passive butt. Now he's got a scratch.
I see that wasp.
Good. No. Sit. Take the kink out of your hip. Take the go out of your waist. Sit. There. There. No body English and he waited for you. You tend to do the old hunter thing and tip or drive, both of which say go, but you don't want to go. Wait. Sit quietly. Yeah. I know. I ask you to be
Wait
non-active.
is not in our vocabulary.
You just have to make heavy butt is passive. That's right. You don't push your hip forward. You don't tip forward through the hip. Just make heavy butt. Whoop. It's all right. Wrong toy.
Crackle. She didn't like the crackle.
That was very good.
Diane, I'm so sorry.
No.
Because this is exactly what we were practicing.
He wanted
But-
to bring another loud toy, and,
and
I said no.
And
no
you
horses
see
don't
how,
like
how
it.
immediately, as soon as you sat still, he stopped. It was very good.
Oh my
But
God!
that's what happens when you have puppies.
Yeah. Somebody left this up here, and
Trish, I have to be able to do this on this horse.
Yeah.
Because as much as I love him and as great as he is, this is what he does. This is his
Well,
MO.
you know, God made him quick.
Yeah, God made
But
him.
you notice he also instantly forgives.
Yeah.
Like a normal horse would say, I can't go there anymore. He's like, yeah, nothing happened to me. That's how we canter.
that's okay.
Go.
Look at Jim.
A little too much body motion, but you got away with it.
Yeah, look at Jim.
This horse.
Ready? Yeah.
Good boy.
That's a great
Now sit quietly. Do not chase him. Adjust the nose a little bit. There you go.
Watch Jim.
There you adjust the nose a little more. Don't mess with your butt.
Oh no, it's just a little bit.
Have your inside leg ready
I've got a
because it's the go button.
They're also
There we go. Now adjust the nose a little bit again. That's it. He's a little bit against your right rein. That's why I'm saying adjust the nose.
Yes.
Don't crank anything else. Move your arm. Sit quietly. There you go. Did he have his hocks done? Boy, it really worked.
And then was the stifle in May then or April?
They had a stifle done this spring too.
Yeah.
We call it a lube jog. Don't pump.
Made a big difference with him.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, he probably came from the track with stifled and hocks a little cranky.
Yeah. How could he not?
Did you mean that? Yep, you did. Okay. It could have been a little more organized. I saw you ask with your seat, but I didn't see you receive him with a hand. And that was why I questioned. And he questioned you by flattening. So you can ride with a long hunter rein. I love it. But you have to connect every so often and say, sit back. Remember, you're looking for him to climb uphill in front of you. There. There. You can't keep in front of the leg if you sit on his shoulders. There he comes uphill, eh? And just tweak a rein or hold a rein for a moment. There. Probably not the inside rein, because it'll break the canter. That's it. Good. Good. So much power, but so much softness. Keep reminding him he doesn't need to be peg leg in the neck. Good boy. Go. Don't move your body. There. All you do for canter is sit, inside leg forward, outside leg back. And he will answer you. And he will answer you all day. If I come back in 2 hours, he'll still be going. To all your body. The only places it's legal to get tired when you ride are the muscles across your ribs, the muscles between your shoulder blades, and the muscle that keeps your neck up. Those 3 spots can get tired because we don't use them for much else. The rest of you should not get tired. If it does, stop using it. There you go. A little more right rein, because your left rein is always so there. Good boy. Don't lean. Very nice. Now I'm going to make your life miserable. Sit trot. Get the jaw first. Get the jaw. Again with the right rein. And stay sitting. Good. Make light. Yep. He didn't know there was life after canter. That's why I did that. Come on, lad. No, but he thinks you're supposed to, because he didn't know there was. He thought after canter you get a break, and I'm saying after canter I got another plan for you. That's why he did it kind of like, what the hell are you talking? Soft sit. Make the trot you had yesterday you could sit to. There you go. I don't care how slow it is, because the slower it is, the harder for him it is, and the more he uses his back, and the more the hocks and stifles come up. He's like, holy mackerel. So there's proof that you can kick a horse round. You back it off, you make it pop its hind legs around, and it comes round. Which is how I can teach the driving horses to go round without sitting on them. I just back it off and say, but you got to keep going, and they go, okay, I got it. Very good. And now you can sit, eh? So if you can't sit, and I'm not here, fix the trot. I like the tail wag, it's really even. So just with your fingers, if you feel the locky spot, move your elbow and say, let go of me. There you go. And it's a little bit of a hold. If you get in and out too fast, he thinks you lost your mind. So you got a little bit hold for a moment till he gives. When you put on an aid, you get an answer, and then you can say, good boy, good boy, good boy. Careful you don't wiggle around too much. So your core is your center. It stays peacefully elastic. Your belly button is your own center. Your rein aids need to happen there. You want to say something, you hold a moment till he answers. Hold a moment till he answers. I moved my hand that much. I never moved my arm. Just moved my shoulder. Good boy. Remember, every turn starts with a hind leg engagement. But don't dig. Make him put on an aid, leave it, and he answered. Take it off. Very good. Now put his right leg further under. Put on a put on a leg. So the answers, which he did, about tipping his pelvis over. Good boy. Go left. Woo. Put the left leg under. Hold. Don't change. So when you want lateral function, and you put the leg on, he says, I know how to go fast. And you say, never mind. There you go. And now his pelvis is tilted the other way. Very nice. And he's staying round, isn't he? Well, you can change it. Change direction. Start with the leg. Start with the leg. Wow. But connect with the left rein. He really gave you a big change. And then he said, where were you in the left rein when I expected to meet you? So if you tell him, give me your body, turn it inside out to the right, you better be there to receive the left rein, or he thinks you lied to him. Now go left around the barrel. Move the hind leg first. Before you move the shoulders. Yeah. You don't have to move the shoulders. He'll move himself. Very good. This is a thing he never used to be able to do in the leg yoke because he was too stuck in the jaw. So stay connected. Imagine you're riding with a piece of fishing line, and that's your connection. Move the hind leg before anything else. So his body's positioned to do. He doesn't want to run off anymore, does he? Because you showed him he didn't need to. But particularly with a thoroughbred, when you put one leg on, if you're looking for, I know what you're looking for right now.
I'm not looking for straight.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you were asking for a left bend. If you're looking for straight, that's good.
I thought he immediately went to the
Right.
left
So
band.
then you wait. That's what I thought you were doing, is asking for a bit of a counter bend, but straight was a good thing to look for. And so you can sit. Whoop, fix it. Quicker.
No, it's okay.
You sit deep and hold. Every once in a while he thinks the videographer's going to get him. But do we?
Life is out to get him. Can't you tell?
Do I
He's
really
got
care?
wicked red streak in
I
him.
know. The outside rein isn't there. Doesn't need to be heavy, but it's got to be there. Great Captain Litar used to make us ride with our rein between our thumb and our forefinger. Yep. Had to ride like that. He said, then you'll find connection. You don't have your ham fist in there. Good. Move the rear end first. Very nice. Ask for more. That time he paid you lip service and didn't move enough. There we go. He doesn't get stuck in the pelvis anymore.
His hind end looks so good.
Isn't it
doesn't
amazing? And he's got all the piston power,
Yep.
but no tension. Move before you touch a rein, position the rear end. He'll do it. I know he will. And that time you were there to receive him, you're like, man, she finally got on the train.
She's been working on homework.
You see
too,
anything in
but
that right
she
knee at all?
I'm sure
His right knee,
Yeah. And I'm not sure it's not coming from the shoulder and
The horse
that.
I'm not sure where it comes from, but it does a little bit. There.
Yeah.
But I can't fault the rear end anymore.
No. That tickled me. I think I know where that front end's coming from. I found it a couple weeks ago.
Well, the whole rig a little bit turns.
And it may be some of,
I haven't checked his feet for levelness, but make sure again you apply a little bit of a leg before you sit that says, "Hey Bozo, I'm gonna change the program." Give him a walk. Just stop your seat. That's another thing from Eitan. He says everybody goes so crazy for these transitions. He says there are two functions: you ride, you don't ride. You want to go, you ride. You don't want to go, want to stop riding. And they stop. Took you a minute to stop riding.
Yeah,
When you stop riding, I heard you. So he says, ride, don't ride. That's all there is. He says, you read the books, they go all about all these 40 things you do for
Yeah,
transition.
yeah.
And the horse goes, I don't hear you.
yeah,
Just stop riding.
it's a good way to put it. Rough.
He said, the horse is simple, you know. He can only hear two things.
Yes. Very
girl Pat.
That's lovely. I'm not done with him.
Very.
I'm just giving him a break. I get to a certain point, and I think he's, giving 100%. I give him a break, and I'll wake him back up again.
Well, we're lucky he seems to be recovering pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't have a
He
problem.
is.
And he gets a tiny bit winded, but the motion doesn't change. Yeah, if you look at the right front leg, Trish, it does
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I'll show you where I think it's coming from.
Is it in the elbow?
Elbow and that T1 area,
Yeah.
way up mid.
You can see when he puts it down, there's a little chip to the chatter.
Yep. But,
He might have had enough,
I
actually.
am so glad that the hunter judges are not you guys. I'd never, I'd never go into black.
This is
Most of the
nitpicking,
judges,
trust
most
me.
people are happy we're not the judges.
This is nitpicking with that right
But
front.
I think he's done enough, actually. Because I could see the twitch in that shoulder.
Okay.
Just a little catch. So it's tired. If he stopped, it wouldn't be, you could see it as he goes. So he's done enough for today.
Okay. Well, thank you.
He only cheated by 5 minutes. And he did a huge amount of work.
I was just going to say, Robin, I wouldn't say cheat.
No.
That's not the word that comes to mind.
He did what I consider a good day's work. And I got done what I wanted to get done with both of you.
I just have to hear, sit light, quit moving,
Stop flapping and squawking.
So,
I don't tell you to shove and ride at least.
Hi, handsome.
But the trouble with the radios is I got to hear all the racket they make. And as one gal I teach with a very well-schooled, well-meaning, totally untalented black whippet mare,
Oh.
and she tries to cajole her into every movement. It's like,
Oh.
will you shut the dickens up? I can't stand the noise. Now stretch your hand. Now use your right leg. Now give it a little shoulder. The mare's like, bug off, don't bother me. And I need to pick the dirt out of my ears. It's one of the most not able horses I ever met.
Oh.
It has zero talent, and they want to breed it. It's wickedly cute. And if you care about Lippet Morgans, it's a great pedigree. Who cares about them? And it has not got one gait that gives me any thrill.
Oh, my
It's really too bad. And he keeps saying, if you would put the time and love that you put into this horse, into a horse with good gaits, you'd be at the top of the world. Because she's so willing, but God didn't give her one good gear. Hi, handsome.
have Jack play with that toy.
Yeah.
Okay, hey,
seriously.
yeah.
Well, or
Or a bottle or something.
Trish,